Okay, here I show you how to put together the three card intersection for the 30 card ball. First off, if you haven't done so, download the template. If you Google George Hart cards, you get the page, and this is the template. I've cut out the lines, like actually cut out the actual line, so there's like a little gap. You can see it. And you hold up to the card, and then if you use a Sharpie or something, you color it in, you're left over with lines. The important part when cutting is to make sure your line goes exactly to the end, or make sure your cut goes exactly to the end. If the cuts are too small, it doesn't fit perfectly. If the cuts are too big, the ball is like loose. It doesn't fit real good together. So here I got some already cut. I'll make 3 of them first to make the intersection. And you notice on each card there's 2 lengths of cuts. There's a long cut, short cut, long cut, short cut. For the entire ball, long cuts are going to match together with a short cut. So every time there's a long cut, it's going to match with a short one. Now for make the 3 card intersection, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together 2 cards, and this 3rd card is basically going to kind of come up and cut through these 2 corners here. So this big slit is going to go right here. The little slit way on this side is going to go on to this one here. And it's a little tricky because you're going to have to like push it up through this pair here. So what I'm going to do is the big cut and match with the little one. And you see how underneath that pointy part is kind of jamming up against the bottom. Well, what it wants to do is it wants to go through the slit in the card. So it looks like a 3-way intersection already. Looks like we're done, but we're not, because underneath this point down here, it's not connected to anything. It's supposed to be going through this cut right here. So what I'm going to do is that point underneath, I'm going to shove up through the bottom. Let's see if this works as well on camera. So see it coming up through the bottom, and just very gently so the rest of it doesn't fall apart. I'm just pulling it up until it clicks. There you go. And push back. Now the trick is to make sure all the points are going the right way. See this guy on the top? He kind of wants to be going through this little slit right here. So I'm just going to lift it up and over. So everything's right, but it still doesn't look perfect. That's because the edges have to line up. So here, see this edge? It should be matched up with this outer edge here. So I'm just going to pull it until it's matched up. I'm going to go around and do that, manipulating these guys as I go. I'm just kind of squishing it flat. It's like here, it's not quite matched up, so I'll pull it till it is. And there's the 3 intersections. And I continue the ball. It's combinations of this or loops of 5. So I got an intersection of 3, and using these 2 right here, I'm going to make a ring of 5, matching little to big. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one. And this 5th one's going to connect back. So you know I done it right when you got a pentagon in the middle. See here, I didn't cut this one far enough. That's why it looks bad. I'm going to flip it around so it looks better. I'm wagering the other side I cut that. Yes, much better. Alright, there, much prettier pentagon. So I got the 3 intersection, and then I got a ring of 5. And then what's going to happen is that each little pair here, there's 2 cards together. Well, a third card is going to make an intersection of 3. So this third card is going to cut up between there. Over here, a third card is going to make an intersection of 3. An intersection of 3. An intersection of 3. This one's already got the card. So finish off intersection of 3, and then you'll be able to make a ring of 5 again, and repeat until it makes a ball all on its own.